Okay, so now you put the values. Loss you know as 110. Cost price you need to calculate. Selling price is 770. So therefore 110, if you take 770 on the other side, okay, that means 880 is equal to CP. That means the cost price is rupees 880. Okay, now once you have found out the cost price and you know the loss also, loss is 110 given to you. Therefore, loss percentage is equal to loss by cost price into 100, which is 110 divided by cost price into 100. So this will cancel 8 times, and this also you can cancel with 4. So you get 25 by 2, which is 12.5%. That is the loss
Sir, we can
percentage.
write in fraction.
Yes, you can leave in fraction also. Okay. Next is the next type of problem is when profit percentage and cost price is given, how to find out the selling price. Now this is very important. This is the formula that we are going to use. Selling price is equal to 1 plus P by 100 into CP. Now if you see, this formula looks like which formula? If you increase the cost price by P%, then you get the selling price, right? That is what it looks like. If you remember, when a quantity X is increased by a certain percentage, when a quantity say Y is increased by a certain percentage, what is the new quantity? This is the new quantity, right? When it is increased by X%. So this here now becomes your profit percent, and this here becomes your cost price. Okay, this formula looks in this manner. So now let's see how to solve this problem here. A dealer purchases an article for rupees 2,360 and gains 8%. Find his selling price. So cost price is given to you here. How much? 2,360. And profit percentage is also given, 8%, right? So you need to find out his selling price. Therefore, selling price, according to this formula, if you see, 1 plus profit percent by 100 into cost price. You simply need to put the values here. 1 plus 8 by 100 into 2,360. And now you need to simplify. How do you simplify? You cancel this first. And now you take the LCM. Let's write it in fair before you take the LCM, so you don't get confused. You write this as 1 plus 2 by 25 into 2,360. Now you take the LCM. You get 25 plus 2 into 2,360. So you get 27 divided by 25 into 2,360. Okay. Profit is how much? This is 8, no? Okay. So now you can cancel here. You can cancel with 5. Okay. So now you will get here 12,744 divided by 5. Now if you already cancelled this, now see how to you can find it out normally also the way you do, but a better way is that if you make the denominator 10, it will be more convenient, right? So what you do is you multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. This is just a more convenient method of calculation, okay, which I am showing you. So you will get here 25488 divided by 10. Now it becomes more convenient. Now what you do, you simply have to shift one decimal. You get rupees 2548.8. Clear? You could have calculated from here also, no problem. This method that I've shown you here. This is just to make your calculations a little easier. Fine. Can you proceed now? We move on to the next question. Calculation of selling price when loss percentage and cost price is given. Okay. Now, if loss is given to you, loss percentage is given to you, then how do you calculate? You use the same formula as the profit, except that you give a negative sign here. Okay. So look at this question. A dealer purchases an article for rupees 380. That means his cost price is how much? 380. And incurs a loss of 7.5%. So loss percentage is given to you as 7.5%.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, the question denotes that 7.5% loss on selling it or on buying it.
See, that is what I have been telling you right from the very beginning. That whenever I speak about profit percentage or loss percentage, you have to calculate it on the cost price, not the selling price. Now you understood? Always cost price. Always cost price. Okay? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So that means this loss percentage is being calculated on the cost price. Okay. So now therefore what should be the selling price? If I use that formula, selling price is equal to 1 minus loss percentage divided by cost price into 100. 1 minus loss percentage is 7.5 divided by cost price. Sorry, this is divided by 100, not cost price.
So 100 into cost price, sir.
I wrote just the opposite. So this is 1 minus L by 100 into cost price. So this is 1 minus 7.5 by 100 into cost price, 380. Okay. So how do you calculate this? What you do here is you shift one decimal and you give an extra 0 in the denominator. Okay. That means you are shifting this decimal to this, and therefore you give 1 0 in the denominator. Now what you can do, you can cancel with 25. This will cancel 40 times. This will cancel 3. So you get 1 minus 3 by 40 into 380. Now you can take the LCM. 40 minus 3 into 380. So you'll get 37 by 40 into 380. So 1 0 will cancel here. Okay, this will cancel twice, 19 times. So you get here 703. 37 into 19 is 703 divided by 2. And therefore,
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, I am saying that the dealer has made a loss on buying it or selling it.
On buying, as I told you, it is always on the cost price. Loss or profit is always on the cost price. So he has made a loss on the cost price.
Means, sir, he has made a loss on buying it.
Loss is always on selling. Only when you sell, then
Yes,
only
sir.
you will know whether you have made a profit or loss, right? But when you
Yes,
are
sir.
purchasing, an article, you know the cost price what you have purchased. Now who knows?
Yes, sir.
If you have purchased this article for 380, can you sell it for 390? Is it possible? Or can you sell it for 360? Is it possible? You will only know when you sell the item, right? So loss comes
Yes,
later.
sir.
But when you are calculating the loss percentage, you will always calculate it on the price that you have bought. Suppose you are the shopkeeper. When you are buying something, that is the cost price. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So whatever profit or loss is calculated on the price that you are buying. Now selling is a different story altogether. Just that is why I told you, always remember that profit percentage or loss percentage is always calculated on the cost price. Okay, just remember this sentence, that profit percentage or loss percentage is always calculated on the cost price or the buying price or the purchasing price. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next question. Now this is a very important question. Now these two questions, if you see, we had calculated the selling prices, right? When cost prices were given. When cost price was given, here loss was given, you calculated the selling price. Here also the profit percentage was given and The cost price was given, so you calculated the selling price. But what about the other way around? What if the selling price is given to you and you have to calculate the cost price? What if the selling price? What if the selling price is given to you? Okay, and you have to calculate the cost price. Then what will you do? So look at this example. A dealer sells an article for rupees 690. So his selling
Sir,
price of
can
the
you please
dealer.
lift your up?
Yes.
Can you please lift up the page?
What did you say?
Can you show the previous sum? Okay, sir.
So here, if you see, a dealer sells an article for rupees 690. So he's selling the item for rupees 690. His selling price is 690 and making a profit of 15%. So profit percentage is also given to you, which is 15%. Okay. Next, the question is find the price at which he purchased the article. That means you will have to find out the cost price. In such questions, whenever selling price is given and you need to find out the cost price, you assume let the cost price of the article be X. Now, if the cost price is X, therefore, what should be the selling price? 1, because profit percentage is given. So 1 plus P% by 100 into cost price, right? So 1 plus P is given to you as 15 by 100. And here the cost price we have taken as X. So now you can cancel here 3 and this 20. So you get here 1 plus 3 by 20 into X. Now you can take the LCM here, 20 plus 3 into X, which you get as 23X by 20. So what is the selling price given here? Selling price is given here to be 690. So therefore, whatever selling price that you have found in terms of X, that must be equal to 690. Okay, and from here you can solve for X. So let's calculate the value of X, solve this equation, cross multiply. 23X into 1 is equal to 690 into 20. That means X is equal to 690 into 20 divided by 23. Okay, so that means X is equal to, you can cancel here, this will cancel 30 times, get 600. So if you see, the
600.
shopkeeper bought it for how much? 600 rupees, and he sold it for how much? 690 rupees. Okay, so this is just going backward. In the earlier problem, the cost price was given, you are finding out the selling price. Here the selling price is given, you are finding out the cost price. Okay, any question here?
No, sir.
Okay, next, how to find out the cost price when selling price is given, but this time instead of profit, the shopkeeper is making a loss. Okay, let's see. So if you read this question, it says a dealer sells an article for rupees 450. So selling price is given and incurs a loss of 10%. So loss percentage is also given. Okay, find the price at which he purchased the article. That means you need to find out the cost price. Okay, so how do you find out? Again, the same thing. Let the cost price of the article.
Sir,
Hmm.
so when there is cost, we have to find cost price. We always let cost price to be X
Yes,
in every
this is
sum.
the way you find out the cost price. Whenever selling price is given, this is the way you will find out the cost price. Okay, but you will also have to see whether profit or loss is given. Okay, so cost price of the article be X. So what should be the selling price? According to a formula, 1 minus loss percent by 100
By 100 into CP.
into C. Put the values here. 1 minus loss percentage is given to be 10. Divide by 100 into cost price. Cost price we have taken as X. So now you can take the LCM. 10 minus 1 into x, which you get as 9x by 10. Now, what is the selling price given here? If you see, the selling price is given here to be 450. So this one and this one are the same. So 9x by 10 must be equal to 450. And from here you can find out x by solving this equation. So cross multiply and solve. 9x is equal to 450 into 10.
500.
You can write 4500 also, no problem. So you get x is equal to 450 into 10 divided by 9. So you get x is equal, now you can cancel here, cancel 50 times. So you get x is equal to 500. So this is his cost price. Now you see, obviously if he is buying for rupees 500, and how much is he selling for? 450. So he's making a loss, definitely. How much loss? 50
Yes, sir,
rupees
50
loss.
rupees loss. 50
Yes.
rupees.
Now we come to some of the other problems which are more difficult. Difficulty level is higher. Okay. Those were the basic problems. Now we see this. A shopkeeper buys 200 bicycles at 1200 per bicycle. 200 bicycles he is buying for 1200 rupees. So let me just read the problem first. Then we'll see. He spent 330 per bicycle on transportation. That means from one place to another, he's taking the bicycles for whatever truck that he's hired. Okay. He is paying 30 rupees per bicycle. He spent 4,000 on advertising. Now because he has to sell the bicycles, so what he does is he puts out some posters and certain SMS messages also he sends. So that costs him something for advertising. Okay. And now after all this, now customers start coming to him. Now if you see, it says that then he sells the bicycle at 1350 per piece. That means one bicycle he sells it to the customers for 1,350. Question is find his profit or loss. Also calculate his profit percentage. Calculate it as a percentage. That means whatever profit or loss, we don't know yet whether profit or loss. So we'll see whether he makes a profit or loss. So whatever profit or loss he is making, you have to calculate it as profit percentage or loss percentage. So what you do is you first calculate here total cost price. How much is he buying for? 200 bicycles he is buying at 1200. So total amount of money that he is investing is how much? 2,40,000. Okay. Now what he does is for transportation cost. How much is his transportation cost?
Rupees 30 per each.
30 per bicycle. That means 200 bicycles he is buying, and for each bicycle he is spending 30 rupees on transportation. That means he is incurring a cost of 36,000 rupees. Right? Also, he is spending on advertising. Advertising, how much is it spending? 4,000 rupees in total. Advertising cost. He is spending 4,000 rupees. So what is his actual cost price? Because he is spending this also, this also, this also, right? So what is
So
his
we have
actual
to
cost
add
price? Yes,
all.
actual cost price is 2,40,000 plus 36,000 plus 4,000. This is the actual cost price. So his actual cost price comes to be 2,80,000. Okay. Now what he does, he sells the bicycle for 1,350. So actual selling price. How much is his actual selling price? 200 bicycles. Each bicycle he is selling for 1,350. So if you multiply these two, you are going to get 2,70,000. Now look, actual selling price and actual cost price. Which one is greater? Which one is greater? 2,80,000 or 2,70,000?
Cost price is greater.
Cost price is greater. So what is he making a profit or a loss? Loss. He is
A
making a
loss.
loss. So therefore, how much is his loss? Cost price minus selling price. So 2,80,000 minus 2,70,000.
10,000.
So he is making a loss of 10,000. So that answers your first part of the question. Find his profit or loss. Next part of the question says calculate it as a percentage. So what is the percentage loss? What is the formula? Loss by CP into 100, right? So put the values here. Loss is how much? 10,000 rupees. Cost price is how much? 2,80,000 into 100. So now this can be calculated. 4 zeros will go
There you have treated loss by CP into CP.
into 100. It should be. Okay. So you're getting, now you can cancel this with 4 also. So you get 25 by 7. So you get 3, 4 by 7%. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Let's see the next problem then. Next problem is Rao bought notebooks at the rate of 4 for rupees 35 and sold them at 5 for rupees 58. That means this person, he buys 4 notebooks for rupees 35 and sells them 5 for rupees 58. Now you have two questions: calculate his gain percentage and number of notebooks he should sell to earn a profit of 171. Forget about the second question. Look at the first question. Okay, the question is we need to calculate his gain percentage. Now, what is his cost price? Rao's cost price. If he is buying 4 notebooks for rupees 35, what is the price of one notebook? 35 by 4, right? Which is equal to, you can convert it to decimal, 8.75. Okay. Rao's selling price. He's selling for how much? 58 rupees for 5 notebooks he's charging. That means how much is one notebook he's charging? 58 by 5. So this is 11.6. So now can you tell me whether this is profit or loss?
It's a loss.
Loss. Why loss? Selling price is 11.6. He's buying for 8.75. Obviously he's making a profit. So therefore what is his gain or profit?
But sir, that is all 5 books, sir. That is 4 books.
It does not matter. You have to see per book. Per book he is how much is the customer paying him for per book? 11.6. And when he was buying per book, how much was he buying it for? 8.75. So obviously he's making a profit, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So gain is how much? You can 11.6 minus 8.75. So his gain is rupees 2.85. Therefore, what is his percentage gain? Formula: gain or profit divided by cost price into 100. How much is his gain? 2.85. And how much is the cost price? 8.75 into 100. How do you calculate this? You shift 2 decimals here. Shift 2 decimals here. So you're shifting 2 decimals then in the numerator as well as the denominator. So you don't have to add any 0. Okay. Into 100. Now you can cancel. You can cancel here with 5 to get 57. And you can cancel here with 5 to get 175. Now here also you can cancel with 5 to get 35. And here again you can cancel with 5. Okay, so you get 57 into 4 as 228 divided by 7. So you get here 32 4 by 7%. This is his gain percent. That answers the first question. Okay, now look at the second question. The second question is the number of notebooks he should sell to earn a profit of 171. So I say let the number of notebooks. How many notebooks should he sell to make a total profit of 171? Let the number of notebooks he sells to make 171 as profit. Okay, so now if he's selling X notebooks, BX. Now, what is the cost price of X notebooks? If he's selling X notebooks, he has to buy X notebooks also, right? So cost price of X notebooks. What was the price of one notebook, which we have calculated here? 35 by 4, right? Let's use fraction. Fraction is easier to work with. So you get 35 by 4 into X. So he is buying X notebooks for how much? 35 by 4 into X, which is 35X by 4. What is the selling price of X notebooks? How much is he selling each notebook for? 58 by 5. So X notebooks, how much will he sell it for? Which is 58x by 5. Now you see among this fraction and this fraction, if you see he was making a profit, right? Earlier, he was making a profit, isn't it? So here also, for selling X notebooks, he will be making a profit or
Sir, we
gain.
can directly do by uh, doing as number of notebook by sorry, number amount of profit by
Amount of
amount of
profit.
profit to be measured by amount of profit in one book.
Amount of profit in no, but he is making a total profit of 171. That is how many, for how many notebooks should he sell to make a profit of 171? Understood?
Sir,
He is making. Hmm,
I am saying that total amount to be made total amount that should be made by amount made in one book by if you divide both of them we'll get the answer.
if you divide what, I could not get you.
Sir, if you divide 171 by 2.85
Hmm, by
you will get the answer.
2.85.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is the shortcut way of calculating, but not everyone will understand that method, right? You have to be a little more advanced because you have practice, so you know that method. Not everyone knows that method. So we take the LCM, okay? So 20 into 20 divided by 5 is 4. 58x into 4 is 232x minus 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 into 35 is 175x. So how much profit is he making? 57x by 20, right? But according to a problem, how much profit should he make? He should make 171 rupees, right? So 57x by 20 must be equal to 171. And therefore you can calculate the value of x. Cross multiply.
So can you explain again? I cannot get it.
What is it that you can't understand? You can cancel 57 with 3 to get x is equal to 60. So he has to sell 60 notebooks to make a total profit of 171. Yes, tell me what you cannot understand.